When you think about baseball and country music, maybe you think about Tim and Tug McGraw or about Chairthrow McWeaselface here. But one artist kicked off the trend of the athlete to artist pipeline well before reality TV. Born March 18th, 1934 to sharecropper parents, Charley Pride was the fourth of 11 children. At age 14, he got his first guitar and taught himself how to play, but he had dreams of becoming a baseball player. In 1952, he began his professional baseball career, pitching for the Memphis Red Sox in the, I'm not going to say that, super dated. All of his hard work in the league paid off though, and a year later he was signed to the Boise Yankees, which were an affiliate of the New York Yankees. But an arm injury limited his advancement within the team, and he was traded to the Birmingham Black Barons for a team bus. How insane is that? I can't tell if that's offensive or impressive. Both? In the midst of his professional baseball career, he was drafted into the U.S. Army. He was stationed in Fort Carson, Colorado. He played for the All-Army Championship. In 1958, he was discharged from the Army. He went back to baseball, but he also started recording, laying down some tracks at Sun Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. Then in 1960, he played for the Missoula Timberjacks. And at this time, he had tryouts with the California Angels and the New York Mets, but ultimately, neither team signed him. The 60s proved to be a very illustrious and formative time for Charley, though. He and his family moved to Helena, Montana, where he worked at a lead smelting factory, and he also played semi-professional baseball. He was batting a .444. I don't know much about the nerdy minutia of baseball in order to determine if that was good or not, so I googled it, and apparently it wasn't just good, it was elite. And he stayed busy singing before games and at local venues in the area. In 1965, he signed to RCA Records after producer Jack Clements introduced him to Chet Atkins. This led him to releasing his first single in 1966, The Snakes Crawl at Night, which didn't find much success on the charts. But in 1967, his career skyrocketed as his single Just Between You and Me ended up peaking at number 9 on the Billboard charts. This earned him a Grammy nomination, and he was invited to perform at the Grand Ole Opry, making him the first black performer to perform at the Opry since 1941. In 1969, he moved himself and his family from Montana to Texas in order to pursue his music career. During this time, the Best of Charley Pride was released, and it sold over 1 million copies. Over the next 3 years, he achieved 8 #1 country hits, including All I Have to Offer You Is Me and Is Anybody Going to San Antone. Then in 1971, he released his signature song, Kiss an Angel Goodmorning. It spent 5 weeks in the #1 spot on the country charts and ended up cracking into the top 40 pop hits. He won the CMA Entertainer and Male Vocalist of the Year awards. And to cap off the year, he released a gospel album, Do You Think to Pray? Between 1972 and 1973, he earned many more Grammy and CMA nominations and awards, and he contributed songs to films including Tom Sawyer and Sometimes a Great Notion. In the mid to late 70s, he continued his trajectory success. Major hits, international tours, and he performed in Belfast during the Troubles, which was a huge symbol of unity. During this time, he sold tens of millions of records. In 1979, he recorded the song We Are the Cowboys for the Dallas Cowboys, and he sang the national anthem at the World Series and the Super Bowl. During the 80s, he continued this insane success and artistic output, including in 1982, one of my favorite songs, Mountain of Love, which his cover ended up being his 28th #1 single. Honestly, the late 70s and 80s country music slapped so hard. Like, have you ever heard the Dottie West original version of Lesson in Leaving? I mean, there was something about adding funk to country music in that time that's a trend that I really wish would come back. In 1993, he was officially inducted as a member of the Grand Ole Opry, making him the second black artist in history to receive this honor. And to this day, he's only one of 3, next to D. Ford Bailey and Darius Rucker. In 2018, he celebrated 25 years of being a member of the Opry. In 2000, he was inducted to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and in the early 2000s, he received a ton of accolades. There was a Mississippi highway named in his honor, and he was ceremonially drafted into the major leagues through the Texas Rangers. In 2020, he received the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Awards, and unfortunately, on December 12th of 2020, he passed away due to complications from
Rona Plus.
In 2021, the Texas Rangers renamed their training fields to Charley Pride Field. His recording career included 52 top 10 country hits. 30 of those were #1. Over 70 million records sold worldwide, and he truly broke down barriers as country's first black superstar. I highly recommend that you check out any of his music that we've talked about in the video. Much like Hank Snow, he has such an impressive discography that there's sure to be something that you're gonna like. He also had so many different eras that he went through in country music, and he adapted so well to each of them. But that's it for this video. Tell me in the comments who you want me to do a video on next. New video every Friday. If you liked this, you can buy me a coffee, or you can check out my comedy special on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, do all that stuff for the algorithm, baby. Bye. Bye.